city. All things singles tonight is what we're going to talk about. I'm Karen. We have these are some of our board members. So again, I'm Karen.
I'm Shaboria.
Cheryl Powell.
Cody S. Harrell.
Lundy.
So this is some of our board members. So we're talking all things single tonight. We just want to have some single conversations tonight. What are some of the things as singles that we go through? Let's talk a little bit about relationships. Let's talk a little bit about the conversations we should be having as singles. All things single.
All things single.
All
That's
things
nice.
single that you talk to your friend because we friends.
We friends.
Yeah, we are.
We friends. We friends.
First
We
question.
gonna just jump right into it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We,
mean,
we, we,
Shameless
we don't
plug.
want to step out of it.
Shameless plug.
shameless plug. Shameless
Shameless
plug.
Oh, shameless plug. Yes. Do we go to the same shameless plug, or we're gonna step right into it because we can't step.
Shameless.
So for tonight, you all are going to hear us just kind of plug in their
Yeah.
shameless plug
Yes, yeah,
throughout the
excuse me.
night. Shameless plug.
Shameless
So
plug.
we are going to be unashamed as we continuously plug our amazing singles conference.
Yes.
Boop, 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 boop,
We
boop,
do
for
want
the,
to
for
take
the
this
Caribbean.
opportunity
Boop, boop,
to
boop, boop, boop.
try to invite everyone. Make sure you guys are registered. If you haven't registered, we're going to be doing some shameless plugs of what you can expect at the singles conference.
Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
that's it.
I'm
So
excited. I am excited.
you excited? What are you most excited about?
I'm excited just for the knowledge. Just being at and I've had some bad experience, some past experience, some future experience. I just need some knowledge. You can never have too much knowledge when it comes to relationship.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yes.
Especially when, I've been married, divorced, and now I'm a widow. So I've experienced all three.
Yeah.
So there's some nuggets I need to know when I get back out there.
As you
That's
stepping back
good.
out there.
That's good. That's good. What are you looking forward to, Cody?
Talking about money. That I want to get the money increase. As a single. Don't look like that, Pastor. Oh, okay. I'm
Interesting.
excited for Pastor Carter to be teaching us as singles how to better manage our money as singles because
That's important.
I don't want anybody coming in with the 400 credit score. I don't want to be coming in with a 400 credit score. I want to be able to have a savings. If I want all of these expectations for someone else, I better be able to have the same standard for myself.
That's
That's good.
understandable.
So that's something I am looking forward to for the conference. That's just the one of many things. That's a highlight for me.
That's actually really good, Cody, because not only is Pastor Dennis is going to be talking about finances, but he's also going to be teaching us about credit.
Yes.
He's going to be giving us some little tips that we can use for those of us that want to increase our credit. And if you have a perfect credit score, I can guarantee you know 3 people that don't. So those people are the ones that you need to invite out. This singles conference is all about singles, all about impartation, all about us taking care of us as singles. Sometimes as singles, we forget to take care of ourselves.
That's true.
That's true.
We will take care of everybody else. We got to take care of the kids. We got to take care of the siblings. We got to take care of mom. We got to take care of everybody else. We got to take care of the church. And we forget that we need impartation too.
That's right.
So this singles conference is all about imparting in the singles. What are you looking forward to at the singles conference, Longie?
Everything in totality. The panel talk, different perspective of everything because everybody has been in something different. The finances. I don't think you can ever be too knowledgeable in finances. And keeping myself together. So the self-care class as well.
The self-care
Care
class.
classes. Yes.
Yes, that is one of our classes. Again, we're going to be talking about things that we can do as a single to make sure that we're taking care of us, making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Where's my mental health?
Yeah.
Am I making sure that I'm taking a mental health day? Am I going once a year to get our annual exam as women? We're 40. Those of us that are 40 and over, we need to have a mammogram every year. It is very uncomfortable, but it is very necessary because this is preventive care.
Right.
Are we taking time out to groom ourselves? as women? Are we taking time out to groom ourselves as men? So that's what the self-care class is about. I'm looking forward to that too.
Absolutely. And if I can just make it a little light here, I'm excited to be in a room with some single saved men.
Okay.
Praise the Lord.
So
Yeah.
All right.
just throw that out there,
Single and
because
saved men.
single and saved men who want to also invest in themselves. So make sure you invite your brothers, your single brothers, and your single deacons or whatever
Single
else
saved
saved,
wanna save.
looking to do it for the Lord. I just want to throw that out and bring a little lightness to it. So, okay, we see. I know, because we're all women up here. I just want everybody to know it's not just for women for the conferences. We talk about self-care and finances. It's also for men and women as we are building ourselves as singles.
Absolutely. And we are going to be talking about Christian dating.
Yes.
What does that look like as a single person? It's different depending on your age. What are you looking for? Hey, have I dealt with those places of trauma? Am I ready for a relationship?
Right.
Am I ready to give over my heart to someone? Am I open to receive the trauma that another person may have that I have to address? Am I ready for that? So we're going to be having those conversations too.
Right.
So this is just a little sample tonight of what we'll be talking about. So as we keep putting those shameless plugs in, okay? We're gonna.
Yeah, the shameless plugs.
We
Plug in with
are
us.
not shame.
Yes.
That we're gonna make sure y'all remember.
So if you have not registered, if you didn't know what the shameless plug was about, we want you to register for our conference. There's still time. We actually dropped the price.
Woo woo!
Prices dropped.
Thank you, Lord.
And it's $50 to register. And we have Dr. Carey.
Dr.
Carey. You want to be in the room, you guys. So you can scan. We're going to pin that paying option in the comment if you would like to connect. This is in South Florida. If you're in South Florida, in the Broward area, West Palm Beach, Dade County, we're calling all you guys in. You want to register today. We're preparing to enjoy and have a phenomenal time. So, but tonight we're having a singles talk. What are we talking about, ladies?
We're talking about all things single.
Okay.
All things single. I guess we just go into our first question, huh?
Yeah, just go to the first question. Let's get into it. We got an audience.
Okay.
Our Facebook audience. Hello. I saw Heidi. We love Heidi. Great conversationalist. Tanya, EP, we love you. Yes. Donald, Danelle, thank you for being here. Sharina, I saw her come in. Yes. She should be on the way, but we don't know. She's dealing with time. And so for those that are on, we do appreciate you coming on. If you have any questions, you can ask them. That's why we have our cell phones available, you guys, so you can chime into the conversation if you have any questions or comments, and we will shout your comment or your question out. So let's get to this first question.
First question.
Y'all forgot something.
No.
The price.
That me and my man.
Oh yeah.
Myself
forgot.
and hold on, let me pray for me. Hold on.
Save it for the next.
Okay. Y'all gotta stay tuned. So we're gonna be talking about.
We got another exciting detail we want to bring up. So make sure y'all stay on.
Definitely.
We can use that for the second.
Emily, Jackie, Love, Emily. Y'all, okay, y'all see Three Ninjas? Don't worry about it, okay? Go ahead. Baby.
The first question.
What Kenny? Go ahead. First question.
Can a friendship between two people who have been friends for years turn into more?
Definitely. Because I think it gives us a plug for our name, Friends. If you did not know, at Kingdom Builders Worship Center, our singles ministry is, the name of our singles ministry is Friends, because we believe a great foundation of any relationship starts with a friendship. So I believe great relationships are birthed through amazing friendships.
That's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, can it I'm just saying.
Here you go. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay, go ahead.
So, so you've been friends with somebody for a really long time, and it turns into something else. It leads to something else. Does that not make the friendship a little, like, is there something in your mind that says, okay, this is my friend? No, I can't. That's my friend.
Brother, yeah. Cousin, yeah. Friend, nah. I don't think there's a boundary in friendship. I think the foundation, again, of any successful relationship or successful relationship is the foundation of being friends. So I don't think being friends should jeopardize a possible relationship. But some people do. Some people are like that, though. Because with friends, we don't want to mess up the friendship.
This person has pretty
You
much,
guys can comment.
especially if you've been friends for a long, let's say you've been friends with somebody for, I don't know, maybe 20 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
This person has seen pretty much everything.
Yeah,
So
that's
at some point
great.
you're like, okay, but that's my brother friend. Like,
I had a friend who told me clearly, I will never be the man in your life to call you sister. Ever. Because the moment we can take it to that next level, you're not gonna tell me it's because I called you
Cody,
brother.
I think because I've been in church, most of my church relationships we're saying bruh, sis, coming to brother, cousin, sister. And since, I'm grown up now, my friend guy's like, we're not calling you sis. What if? And you're gonna mess up a possibility going around trying to sis them and brother them, because they're not gonna see in a different light. That's why I think friendship zoning individuals, especially, males, I think that's ideal.
So do you think it's just hard to transition into more because you've seen him as a friend for so long?
I don't know if I would say
Put it up, because we can hear you. They can.
I don't know if I would say I think it's hard, nor do I have a friend that I want to cross that line with. But I just want to I always like to look at different angles because people thinking is different. Your experiences give you a different outlook on life, relationships, and things like that. So I would say, what does that not that it would be a hard transition, but what would that transition look like? I have really good friends that this happened to, but I'm just wondering, what does that transition look like when your friend of 20 years comes to you and say, hey, I want more?
Oh, bingo! Jackpot! Home run! I think because think about women, we argue this in the dynamics of I've given someone maybe 5 years of my life or 10 years of my life, and we argue starting over because you got to learn that person again. So I think the beauty of dating a friend is ideal because you don't have to start from trying to figure out what's your favorite color or what you like to do, what you don't like. It's like, I know you. Like I already, that stage, that's like getting the AA. You just build from there, because any degree you need an AA. So I think friendship is the AA of the relationship. And once you got the AA out of the way, you can get the basters degree in, science, language, and teachers and
Lord.
dentists. And I'm just playing. I don't know what I'm talking about right now, but you guys know what I'm trying to say.
No, you're right. And I think, especially when you're dating, when you first start, if it's someone fresh, you never really allow somebody to see all of you right away, right? So it's like you're always, there's a filter that lasts for so long because you want to make sure, oh, he said he likes this type of person, or she likes this person, so I'm going to portray someone else. I'm going to present myself as someone else. And I don't want to say not everyone does it, but sometimes it's just unintentional. Yeah. When it's your friend, you've seen the ugly, the ins out. Yeah. And then sometimes you've already been kind of the counselor in their relationship, so you've already seen how they treat a woman in their life. Yeah. Now, if I've never seen how you treat a woman in your life,
that's good.
Then I'm like, I would be intimidated to take it to that next level because we're good as friends, but when emotions come in.
Now, this is the awkwardness because I'm watching Facebook Live, and there was a comment, and I see you, Shader said, definitely agree. I believe that some friendship lines should not be crossed. And I would have asked why, but I believe this name is
That's my niece, actually, Carissa.
Carissa has a great concept.
Yes,
She
she
said
does.
this. She said, sometime when you cross the line and the relationship doesn't work, trying to go back to the friendship is awkward.
And then you just destroyed a friendship.
Okay, let's talk about
That's
that
where
because
it comes
that's
with
so
communication.
fearful.
I think that's where communication plays a part. Because
Go ahead,
one,
I'm
it would
with you.
have to be a conversation to see if there's a mutual interest in each other to try to cross that path. And then if you guys both agree that you're ready to see if it does work, I think you guys will have to commit to the fact that if this doesn't work, we're still going to remain friends. It may be
This
awkward in the
is-
beginning
But that's hard to say.
that's
because you may have to
sounds-
heal from them or
that
whatever the
sounds
case may
amazing.
be.
That sounds easy, but
That
when
sounds
emotions involved,
amazing.
that's hard.
It
That's
to
what I'm saying. It will take a while
Yeah.
because your emotions are attached to it now on a different
Right,
level,
so it's-
another level rather than the friendship. Now we went to a relationship, so you may have to get over your feelings, process that you guys are no longer. But I think if you guys ended on a good, like you both came to an interest that this is not going to work, it may take some time, and I think you can revert back to friends.
I'm gonna
Okay.
disagree with that.
Okay, go.
Just based on my
Okay,
past.
Shaboro said she
Just
disagreed
based on my
because she want to
past.
have her mic low, so I'm going to ask her to put her mic up because she thinks she's having a conversation with us. So they
No,
gotta get
just as from my past. Just to be honest, my 30-year-old is from my best friend. Yeah, and it wasn't intention. It was just something that occurred, and yeah.
Jesus save the day.
But to this day, we're still friends, but we're not best friends.
Okay. So the dynamics of the relationship.
It's changed.
Because as a woman, I don't know how deep the
We're gonna
relationship
address
got,
the
but you-
comments.
But you had a child together. So as women,
But it wasn't intentional.
I
That's
know
what
we
I'm saying.
church
We were just
women.
we were best
It,
friends.
it wasn't intentional.
No, it was best
She was
friends.
my best friend.
For real, y'all. No, he was my best
Sisters
friend.
to the very.
And it was one of those come to Jesus when I needed someone to talk to. Y'all laughing at me?
No.
A shoulder to cry on. I needed a shoulder to cry on. Why y'all laughing at me for real?
no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm serious. I want to
No,
go
it was a
find
shoulder to
him.
cry
I
on.
want to go find him.
And then
with
9
you
months later, I had a
because
baby.
It's okay, Shabbat. Jesus saved the day. Okay.
But he
You know-
ain't my best friend no more.
Okay, but that's
Do you desire for
now,
him to be your best friend?
Now, this is what I say. If you're going to stick with a reasoning, then you need the principle behind the reasoning. So for in order for me to comprehend why I shouldn't date my friend, I haven't heard a lot of principles. But since the principle has been established that it's awkward to go back to the friendship,
Right. It'll never be back the way it was.
you know, it never be back to where it was.
Exactly.
I'm trying to.
I would think it would be difficult because as women,
But it's awkward then because most people we have dated in a healthy way. Some of us are left best of friends.
that's true.
Oh, come on.
I agree.
No,
Because
that's
some of us I
agree.
dated, we're the best of friends.
I think it would just
It
take
takes
It
time.
does take time. There has to be
Okay.
a
You can never
healing
just be like,
place.
okay, today
Yes.
we're a couple, tomorrow we're best friends.
Right. And
Okay,
I
okay,
think
that's-
that's
It would
Okay.
be like there has to be some type of establishment where there have to have been some distance between
I like that.
for you guys to process the emotions of that it did not work.
And at some
I
point
think
you start.
it depends on how far the relationship went, though.
No.
I don't know because I think you start feeling. I think there's times where you can say you start reminiscing. You know, sometimes you reminisce about the relationship. When it's your friend who you had memories with, you start remembering there was a friendship before that, and you'll say, you know what, I miss my friend. And I can say that just from my experience. I dated a friend, and once we dated, that we needed time to heal. We had our space and our time to heal, and I think it might have taken a year.
Yeah.
And until we,
like that.
until we finally got back to a place where I could say, you know what, we had some good time. Let's see where we are now and see if we're both on the same page of building that friendship.
That's good.
Because it's been for me like there has been like the opposite side where I'll try to date somebody and I realize like we're not meant to be a couple, but you actually are a good friend. And
Yes.
sometimes we do miss out on friendships because we try to make it something that it's not.
Yes.
Now, I want to pin a conversation out of that. However, I think there was a comment that says the counsel, if you cancel, counselors shouldn't date persons they consoled.
No,
To a certain degree.
I agree with that statement.
But I, to a certain degree, I agree because I think everyone has a maturity level. Because sometimes you can date someone, you end up counseling, but you just don't call it counseling. Because most women are therapeutic to men. So, but
Yes,
you
I
can
agree with
judge a
that.
professional setting, then you rule him out. But if you date him or marry him, you end up counseling him anyway. You know, it's on a different level because I think maturity levels could be different, where a person could be advanced in maybe one area, they may not be advanced in the other area, and then that man end up counseling or giving you counsel. And so I don't think it disregards based upon the maturity of understanding the strength of each other, and that strength can be respected among individual parties. Now, that's just my
I
perspective.
think that if you counsel them, you have to be mindful. Are you able to steward their vulnerability that they provided to you?
Exactly.
Like, are you a good steward of that vulnerability that they gave to you?
Exactly.
If you're not a good steward of it, then I don't think it would be wise to date them, because now you may use that vulnerability as your weapon when you get in a relationship,
Exactly.
or if you're trying to find your way out.
But in a relationship, do you not exchange vulnerabilities?
You do, but I don't think that, like, if you counsel them, they are more open to you. And like, there are some people that are in a relationship, they tell their wife what they're going through, but they tell their friends in a more depth level.
Yeah, but then you have
actually
some
how they feel.
relationship that tells everything. But then you have, that's why I say it's based upon how vulnerable
maturity.
that person and the maturity of that person. Because if you go into a relationship with an individual, they share vulnerabilities as well, and you can give insight. But you're not going to say you're counseling them. You're going to say you're listening, giving wise wisdom. You're just not giving it a counsel name. But there's not a relationship that you've given counsel to.
But see, as a pastor, you could, that could be argued. As a pastor, I kind of agree with what you're saying, because you do counsel a lot of people. You talk to a lot of people. They're going to expose their vulnerabilities. When I would say it should be off limits is if this is your profession. Like a person has come to your office and booked an appointment and paid for a therapy session, because there's laws against that. It's a conflict of interest. As a professional, you're not supposed to be dating your person anyway until a certain period of time passes.
Okay.
It's a certain period of time that has to pass, and that person has not been your client. So it's a little different when you think about pastors and maybe ministers and things like that. But I think when you think about it as your profession,
Okay.
yeah.
So actually, that goes with something Carissa stated in here. In addition, she was
Oh,
saying,
my phone is trying to go dead. Could you get my iPad? Maybe I can put it up. Oh, I don't like you. Because I want to see your comments.
she
wanted to-
does mention that brothers, the quote unquote brothers, are big brothers. Those guys people who can be in your space, they can take advantage of your vulnerability at times. But I do like what Pastor said, and I think that's something you said before in our last singles talk, and it's something I learned. Sometimes we need our guards down because we have our walls up so much that
Break our walls down.
yes, we have to go through something to break the walls down and to allow somebody to come in. And sometimes that's when we finally allow ourselves to be open to someone. I think it's not the fact that it's not about taking advantage of versus someone who takes the opportunity to say, okay, now they're in a better we're in a better trusting place, or we're in a more relatable place that now she hears me or he hears what I'm saying. So let's try it now. It's about what they do with it after, that vulnerability afterwards. Can you continue to take care of my vulnerabilities as we pursue this relationship would be my thing.
Right, I agree. And it's based on each individual maturity. Even counseling married couples, I found myself not imposing on what one person can handle and insinuating that another person can handle it. I think it is mutually decided on what each individual is willing to deal with and put up with in a relationship. Like, some people may not put up with an individual that don't make as much as money as them. Some people may not put up with, you have a child, I don't have children. I think relationship is based upon agreement.
Yes.
And so what you're able to tolerate, I may not be able to tolerate. And what I'm able to tolerate, you may not. So we can't impose our perspectives or what our capacity is of what we want to deem as a healthy relationship on others. If there's a compromise, if I may, or if we may say compromise or anything like that. I think you have to know what's best for you and what you can handle. So I learned that. So I don't impose my even my principles on what I feel I want to deal with. Oh, I ain't dealing with that. You don't have to deal with it. You have to live with it.
Right.
Right? But then I'm not going to get upset if you want to deal with it, because you got to deal with it. You may have a more tolerance for that issue that I may not. Right. So I think each is own. Again, relationships, I think, is upon mutual agreement with those two parties. That's why it's a covenant between them and not you.
That's really good, Pastor, and that takes me to a conversation I was having. Oh, I'm sorry. That's really good, and it takes me to a conversation I was having earlier with a couple of single people, and they said, you know, when you're dating kind of all kinds of people. So let's say if you're a woman who says, you know, I want to date a man that doesn't have small children.
Yeah.
But then you meet a man and he has small children, and he's a really nice guy.
Right.
But you know you don't want any more children.
Right.
But here he come with his 4-year-old.
And
his
then
6-year-old.
the math not mathing now.
Right. And
The
you're
math
like,
is not mathing.
wait a minute, God, did you hear me when I asked?
Right.
So then what do? So like you're saying, it's just certain principles for me. Although I don't prefer it. Like I'm not going out looking for somebody with a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old. I recognize that it could happen, but I would rather date somebody that has a 2-year-old or 4-year-old than to not date a man that doesn't have any children and desires children.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what have to be the logic behind, like, let's just say, for instance, with kids. Most people don't want kids with a young child, mainly because, let's just say, baby mama drama, or you basically raising their child, and parents, mothers, they do not say they be in their feelings, but they're very cautious of who's raising their child. So in that moment, that can be like an emotional response of saying you don't want anybody with young kids. So I guess it would have to be the reason behind it. Like if you just traumatized of young kids, then okay, yeah, that's probably a deal breaker, because that's the triggering moment for you. So you know that you can't deal with it.
That's good. My brother, rest in peace, came to me before he married his wife, and he said to me, he was like, Cheryl, man, I really like this girl, man. She got kids. I ain't really want nobody with kids. And we had a heart-to-heart. I said, well, you know, bro, if you love her, and I'm not trying to counsel him because this is his second marriage. We just have that dialogue as siblings. I said, well, if you love her, you love everything about her. When you go into a relationship with someone, and look at me, y'all. Look who's talking. When you go into a relationship with a person, I believe you date, or if you are willing to marry them, you marry their past, present, and future. Period. And you could say, I don't want to tolerate kids, but what if he say, I don't want to tolerate something that you come with?
Yes. Wow.
You know, so I think relationship is about compromise. And it's what that individual, again, as it relates to the capacity of compromise, that what I'm willing to compromise. So if I don't care for kids, but I like him, maybe I'm open to compromise because I see he's worth that adjustment. If we look at all ourselves right now, we stand up. You know, all of us stand up. Let's play a little trick. Come on.
My Lord.
Stand up, everybody that can. I know y'all cute and come on, cutest. Come on, cutest. All right, stand up, everybody. Okay, you can stay there. You can sit there. I want us to play this game. It's gonna look game now, right? I want all us to sit down without bending. Sit down without bending. Sit down. Don't bend. You right? Because I think
I already know I can't do that.
I think when we're working, because this is the whole concept. When you're working with anybody, and I said maybe, you know, even one of our months series that we need to talk about, relationships is about being adjustable.
It is.
We
Compromise.
forget that.
And
Yes.
it needs to be talked about, because how are you
we all
gonna
come
prepare
with all
for
these
marriage,
rules
too?
and these demands, and
Yeah.
but I'm not saying you have to put up with it. Versus if it's something that you can talk about, you can reason. No one is going to come in a relationship perfect.
Yes.
But again, it's about what I'm willing to adjust and compromise. But I'm not saying that you have to lower your standard, because there are some things I don't want to tolerate. Some things are deal breakers.
Yeah.
But again, my deal breakers may not be your deal breakers. And your deal breakers may not be her deal breakers. And we can't compare or think either one of us are wrong because we don't have the same deal breakers.
We have to
I think, and a lot of people get confused between settling and compromising.
Okay,
Like-
repeat it again because you talk soft.
A lot of people are confused as to, am I compromising or am I settling?
Okay.
So
And
that's
a good
something
one.
that a lot of people are going with now. There is a difference,
there is
but a lot of people don't know what the difference is between, because if you vocalize that it's something that you don't want and then you get it, are you going to compromise it, or would you
Right.
consider that settling?
Now, that's a good concept. Now, I look at, and I'll let you guys answer it. I'll answer it briefly. I look at it as what kind of value do you bring to me to be able to compromise that for you? Like, you got to look at the value of what he's bringing to the table when I say compromise.
That's good.
Now, if he's not bringing no value to the table,
That's good, Pastor.
it's
What
like
am I compromising
when they
for?
do the exchange. Like, when you go antique cars, you could actually buy it or trade it. So if I'm gonna trade it, it has to be worth the value of what I've already possessed. So when you do a compromise, is it worth the value? Settling says I get no exchange for it.
I ask myself, like, how much am I changing to compromise? Like, how much of me do I have to tweak
Exactly.
to make this adjustable? Like, if I can't adjust and make it part of my normal, then I think that's settling. But if I can and it's not much of a big,
Exchange.
it doesn't
Exa-
bend
value.
me all the way over, then it's like, okay, I think I can compromise this
Right.
because I'm not, wouldn't say I'm not losing out on anything. I may actually gain something out of me compromising this.
Now, I don't want to get deep.
All right, let's go. All right, be careful. We're in the pulpit. We're in the
I don't want to
sacred
get
place.
deep, but I would honestly say compromise is from God. If you are a woman of faith, if you're a woman who prayed, you're praying for your husband. You're asking God literally whatever it is that you want, what you desire. To compromise means that God brought this person to you. So it wasn't about what you wanted or what you thought you were looking for. It was really what God knew you needed, and that's what he brought you.
Wow.
And that's
good.
compromise. Settling is not of God.
Okay.
That's all I'm
Okay.
going to say.
And when, looking at the
That's not God.
definition, it is an agreement. Compromise is an agreement. So you have to ask yourself, what am I coming into agreement with
That's
in
good.
my life? Am I really, is this something I'm agreeing with, or is this something I'm just taking because I think I have to?
Right.
I think that's something we have to continue to evaluate when we start settling for things that we don't have to settle for. And I'm going to leave it at that.
That's true. That's true. That's true. We can clap it off, y'all. That's good.
Tanya have a lot of questions.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, we have
answer
another-
some questions. We're gonna stop and answer some
They're
questions.
cutting up
Can
in
we?
these comments. I'm telling you,
Yes.
they cutting up. These comments are, oh yeah.
Tanya asks,
They've been giving some great
as
conversation.
women, are we looking for a man like our father? And as men, are we looking for women like our mother? But what if
We talked about that one
talked
time,
about that. We did.
and I think, and it was a very serious conversation because I think it was directed to me. Remember? Don't try to turn your head.
I don't remember.
I remember. Yes, you do, Karen. Yes, you do. And if he's on here, don't be. I will run you over with a truck. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But now there are attributes. I don't want them to be my dad because I dated almost daddy. I don't want no daddy. But there are attributes from my father that I admire. So I change and challenge my comment. Because I don't want to offend anybody, because I can't be your daddy. I'm not looking for you to be my dad, but I think your dad is one of the... Zaddy! I'm just kidding. We're kidding. It's a joke, okay? And so I think my dad was one of the first males I ever knew. So to maybe extract some of the characters that I seek for in a man that I saw in my father. So as a protector, y'all, protection is big for me. Like, protection is huge for me. And if I don't feel protected or secure, that could be almost a deal breaker for me. Because my father was, but on the flip side, and y'all don't come for my daddy, because I promised y'all. Now I'm gonna tell you guys something about our family that you guys probably didn't know. My dad was on disability because of his heart was so bad. He could barely walk us from the house to the mailbox without having to stop and breathe. So guess who was the moneymaker?
Breadwinner.
Okay, come guess who was the breadwinner? My mom. So everybody, oh no, I ain't married him. You know, my dad used to do like build houses and all of that. He was a contractor, but his heart was so bad that he could not work. And I think that was, hard for him as a man, not to be able to provide for his family the way other men could because of that. But he made up in other areas, like making sure we got dressed for school. My dad cooked just as much as my mom as I remember. Like, he made breakfast, he made dinner, he took us to the grocery store. When we had problems in school, Daddy showed up because he was so available, because he was really like the house, what y'all call him? Y'all come on. The house husband. No, yeah. I grew up with the house husband as a father. Yeah. I saw my mom get up every day and go to work.
But, Pastor, how long from the time they got married to that?
I don't know. Sure. My daddy died when I was 12.
Okay.
So that's all I knew was Daddy to be there, and then for Daddy to be sick. So that was probably could have been difficult for my mom. I mean, right now, I wish I can interview her. You know, however, I didn't see my mom ever discredit my father, because, you know, he was on, you know, disability, and he did do ministry, and he did, like, go to the fish creek to sell fish and all of that. But I saw that. And you guys, if you guys been at Kingdom for 16 years, you've never heard me tell that story. So when you look at a man that may not be in a place where you would desire him, I'm not saying he can't be, but because what my father been through, I do have a little weak spot. And not saying I want to deal with a lazy man that's healthy, sitting on the couch playing a video game. No, ma'am, I'm not saying that. So I want the world to know that. But I saw my father, my mom and my father had to switch roles, and Dad became what a mother probably should have been to us. So when my mom died, I'm like, I'm like, do I know my mama? Like, you about to cook for us? Oh, God, like, okay, Mom, we love you. Like, Daddy, where Daddy come from school? Daddy, you know, we was a daddy girl, slept with Daddy, everything with my father, but that was out. So I saw that and how much compassion my mom had for him, but I did not understand that he had that disability until I got older. I'm like, okay, Daddy actually was on. When my dad died, we still got checks until we were 18. That's how bad his condition was. So. And, you know, my mom did thank God for that. Well, thank you, Lord. I'm like, Mom, you got our check this month, Lord, Mama, you know. But.
And he was still a provider.
Yeah, he was still
a hard worker. He probably worked before he got
credit.
That's what I was going to say.
And
so there's
and there's a quote, I know I'm going to chop it up. I didn't even bother looking for it, but it was something like, your parents are your first heroes and your first love. So you will have that first introduction of encountering, this is what marriage looks like.
I didn't see that as the biggest provider.
Right.
But I saw him as the greatest protector.
Protector.
Wow.
Yes.
Protection.
And
I don't know if I'm going to say it in the mic. I didn't see Dad as this big provider where, God, Daddy got all this money. But Dad created family. Dad cooked. Dad.
Marriage. You saw marriage, of what marriage should be. Where you
and
if
somebody roll up, my dad be like, hey, that's my family.
Yes.
You know?
That's really good.
Where it's not, people say 50-50 is in a marriage, and that's I think for me, when I see marriage, it should be that way, where it's not 50-50, but it should be, hey, if I come in empty, I done had a long day, I can't cook for the kids, I'm at 40. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna pick up that 40 and I'm gonna be 60 tonight. So I'll do this, I'll do that. And I think that's what you saw. So that gives a solid foundation on what a marriage looks like. And I think that's why they say, you know, you all shared recently, when you see, they say people who have been raised by married parents, they're more comfortable with going into relationships and marriages because if they've seen something healthy, or they've seen that what it could feel like, they're open to it, versus someone who hasn't seen it and they just seen, you know what, I can stand on my own, or they've been raised by a single parent. I think mine is a little opposite, only because my dad was also in construction. He owned his own construction company. But my dad been stuck on building. He set a standard that I don't even know if it's realistic until I saw it. He is 73 years old, and he will take his walker out in those construction fields and still go out there to work. And I'm like, I had my friend, she had me laughing, and she's like, he is just making it hard out here for these men for you. Because if he's taking a walker out there at 70-some years old, how is a man supposed to prove to you that he has that same work ethic? And that is something I always saw. I saw where he would leave the house late, early mornings before the sun would go up, come home late. And my mom was someone who she was taken care of. My dad was a zaddy, okay? Like, she was spoiled rotten, and
he
was. But I also saw when they broke up, when they were no longer together, I saw also where my mom stood up and became an independent woman, where she had to She was like, I'm not going to let this break me, and I'm going to take care of these bills. I'm going to take care of my kids. I want to make sure they have the best. So I think I'm grateful that I did see both sides, where I'm able to see where I was a woman in my singleness. At the end of the day, I'm going to stand on my own. But when I'm in a relationship, I've learned that I can be soft and gentle, because this is the standard that I've seen, where it's okay to be gentle when a man takes lead and comes into the house.
In the comments, you guys, one person said, Jandy said 50-50, cause when he likes, I pick up, and where I like, he doesn't miss a beat.
Absolutely.
So we can clap on that, y'all.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
That's my bestie.
Oh, that was your bestie? Oh, hey, bestie!
We're going to go to Tanya's comment.
Oh, Tanya, comment. Let's ride it.
The wedding vows are not, is that what you were speaking of? The wedding vows are not even 50-50. In sickness and in health is not 50-50. Perspectives are not truths.
That's good.
You so poetic. Come on.
Oh, come on. You know, Tanya got to put that twist.
on.
Come on, T. Double T with T.
I kind of had a question.
But that was good. That was good.
I do want to on the parenting. So for me, I grew up the opposite way. Like my dad was active and absent at the same time, because he was the breadwinner of the family, and I take away things from my daddy, but I don't want to date nobody like my dad.
Wow.
Because my daddy I'm spoiled. To this day, my daddy still don't know how to tell me no. So I know that I need to date someone that's a provider, but growing up, all the kids wanted my daddy and I wanted their dad.
Wow.
Because my dad would pay for everybody to go to Disney World, but your dad was there to cheer me on while I was cheering. So it's like, there were some things that I took away from my dad, but it's like I don't want to date someone who's present and absent at the same time. Because if anybody asks me, and I say this, I can say this now, I would have rather my dad be absent than present and absent at the same time.
Okay, it's touch time. We're time to touch each other. Let's touch.
No. All right, touch time. Touch her. Touch her. No. Touch her.
No, don't touch me.
Come on, breathe, ladies. All right, go ahead.
One more, and with that, I'm going to say shameless plug. Can we have a shameless
You know,
plug?
I like
before-
that vulnerable plays.
I want to say that, Lanchi, we kind of have that in common. I think when people think about when they say you want to date your mom, you want to date your dad, I think people are not looking at it. People are not looking at it in the perspective. People are not looking at it in the perspective when you say, I want to date my mom, I want to date my dad. When we have that conversation, what that only really means is that because your parents was the first relationship that you ever saw, it was your first interaction that you saw a woman interact with a man interact with a woman. It's your first. So even though you'll say, I don't want a man like my dad, but I know I need to have somebody that provides. It's subconsciously. So no, you're not looking for a man like your dad, but you're more than likely to find somebody that fits some type of attribute of your parents, because this is the first relationship that you saw.
That's good.
And I had a dad who was present and absent at the same time as well. He would get me whatever I needed, but when I needed him, he wasn't available. But tangible, money-wise, yeah, he was that.
Well, for me, I first started dating someone. My first husband was like my dad, and it didn't work. But my second husband was totally opposite. He was from Pahokee. Then he came from where it had one light, and it was totally different. But he was totally opposite of me. What's fun?
You guys, I'm sorry, and it's always y'all. I'm sorry, it's a little insider going on. So if y'all see us, we're not laughing at the speaker. Please know that it's an insider.
So my husband died. Well, basically, he was from Pahokee. He was opposite, totally opposite. Like his whole makeup was just different. And what I found was the opposite I embraced more. Yeah. Like the opposite was like he showed me things.
We didn't have much, but we had love.
Yeah, he showed me things that I never knew, and I got it all from a country man. Yeah.
Them countrymen, listen.
Them
countrymen
come to the Singles Conference.
Listen.
Tell your story.
My daddy from South Carolina.
Your best friend say, tell your story,
He'll
girl.
wear a 6-piece suit in a minute.
Yeah. Listen, I like that. And family values.
It's totally different there. When I say I didn't listen, all I had to do was work.
I'm gonna just be quiet. You just
Talking to Mike now. You talking to?
come on.
My,
You do
my
what?
husband cook,
Cook,
clean,
clean,
so, and
sew.
I mean, yeah. The what is the what's it called? The potato, not the potato salad, whole turkey, the Thanksgiving from scratch. The stuffing.
Stuffing. Not stuffing
Listen,
from scratch.
That girl hungry. Y'all hear me? Give me a country man. Look at Jack.
So you want to take me to your home city?
I promise
Listen.
you, I was right there, but he did everything. All I had to do was
Yes.
come home and do my womenly duties. But
Now, and that's my dad was
Wash
South
clothes,
Carolina,
fold
so
clothes.
yes, I can say that even with him doing all that type of working, he still cooked. You know, in the cracks where the tile is black, the tiles in between the tile, we would come home and they look like new tile because he done took a toothbrush and Ajax and
Mighty
scrubbed it
God.
I
out.
think there's time for a shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless
Please.
plug. But I like
Shameless
that.
plug.
I
Y'all
like
invite
that
y'all
because-
countrymen
but
to the
this is the thing.
I would
conference.
take a countryman any day.
But this is the
Over
thing
city
about,
Sometimes.
and this is what we can't,
Seriously.
we can't disvalue. That's why I said, like, you have to know the value of what you're accepting. You know, like, what do you bring to the table? Like, how do you inspire me? How do you bring strength to me? How do you bring knowledge to me? Understanding, or just giving me that. It's just a lot with relationships. And again, it's not choosing. You choose what I choose because what you choose may not work for me. Because I think, hallelujah, y'all hear me? I think I felt like being Dr. Powell. You know, one of my deep friends I was dating, because everything was about the Bible with him. But he said this. He said, if God took the bone out of Adam, that means if you put another bone, if you bring her to someone else, it wouldn't have fit because it was his bone. And bone of my bone means something else, ladies. Bone of my bone is what fit me, not what fit you. When you say bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, he said Eve was a perfect fit because she came out of him.
Wow.
So when you're looking at who fits, you matter. And that fit may not be what was for your best friend. It may
it's
not be what
okay.
is for you or
It
what
is
you
okay.
perceive is best for whoever. That fit must fit
Yes.
you.
I may have to change my prayer there. Like, Lord,
That's really good.
Who fit? Oh, that's gonna be our next. Who fit, Lord? What's
That's
wrong
why
with
I
God?
say compromise comes from God.
That's
because
it.
God gives you what you need.
That's right.
He gives you what you need. Adam didn't even know
What
that he needed a helpmate.
Come
It
on,
was,
Jesus.
it was all good. He
preach.
created everything.
He
It was all
did. He
good.
picked her.
He said, no, it's all good, but it's not. There's something missing.
Come on, shy bone of my bone.
It wasn't complete until he took from the rib and made Eve.
Come on.
That's when it was complete.
Wow.
That's when it was all good.
Wait, watch this.
It was good.
Even when she made a mistake, he still did not put her away.
My
Because
Lord.
relationship
Thank you,
is
Lord.
about embracing the mistakes we make and improving in our personality.
Thank you.
Relationship should improve us.
Yes.
True.
And just because a person may make a mistake or a wrong choice doesn't disqualify them to be your wife. God had never told Adam, even with her making the biggest mistake in the world, because that was a world mistake, because we all pay for that mistake, Eve. But we ain't here to preach on that. He never said leave her.
Wow.
Didn't.
He had a plan of redemption for her. So even in our mistakes, when we meet that person, it's not going to be perfect, but it's about us living past those mistakes or living past, our conflict. Or you got a shameless plug. Let's go, y'all. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
We got to do the shameless plug.
Y'all enjoying all this word, this amazing
Lord.
Come on, all of
transparency
this.
from our amazing overseer. So if you can get more July 20th, as she
July
is one of our
Panelists.
amazing panelists.
This is a
Buh,
first.
buh, buh,
Let's
buh, buh.
Let's talk about how some of the board did not approve that I put my relationship
This is
on
true.
the panel.
Well, we didn't even get to that yet.
Okay,
we didn't
go
tell
ahead,
them
okay,
that.
go ahead.
In addition to our overseer, Dr. Cheryl E. Powell, she will have her other part. Who will be on the panel, and they will be speaking about healthy dating. And I'm gonna let her tell you all how we were against this because we just kind of wanted
Not
Some of
it was
us.
Some of them.
Me.
It's like, Pastor, we
That
do
was
not
me.
want your relationship.
We
on
don't want it.
social
That was I
media.
was one.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know what? I've learned our generation has always been very big on hiding our relationships until we're ready to bring it out. So that's something I'm acknowledged with myself.
I'm actually very happy in my relationship, and I'm not inferior that the public knows. You know, I think a lot of people have seen me in my singleness. A lot of people see me keep myself, and so to date publicly, I think it's cool. You know, I'm enjoying the ride, and the reality is, and this is why I'm a big stickler of it. We were friends first. That is one of our secrets. We have great conversation. We understand each other. Mutual taste buds. Y'all always hit the panel.
You just gotta show up, and they're gonna be transparent.
But did you have to think about it? Like, who persuaded? Who came?
This is the thing we would have never thought we would have dated. Though.
So who came to who? Like,
Well,
did he ask you or you asked him?
Now
That's
this is a good question because he said
That's one of the questions.
he told me that
Pause. We're gonna put a pin right
that's
now.
not true.
They gotta wait to find out for the answer.
It was some nosy things.
It was trying to prove her point right now.
Okay,
If you want to
that's what
find
we
out,
got
that's
to
okay.
do.
Can't give it away.
So,
You want the story?
Okay, y'all
Register.
hear the story, but know this: when I tell you, and I'm not saying if God says this is Dr. Power's husband, I am happy about it because most people marry for so many reasons. Because he makes me happy. Like I don't know if y'all know this. Okay, if I had to go to London without a cell phone, and Derek was a person to go with me, it wouldn't matter.
Wow.
Because that's how much I enjoy the person here. If I had to go to Belgrade without a cell phone, Lord, turn this car around, take me to the cell phone. And I've always said this. Like, I want to not just marry somebody because you can do this in church. Marry somebody for ministry. Marry somebody that, just a preacher. Marry somebody that just look good. Marry somebody that,
because you're flesh.
And then when you hang together, when you have to deal with problems, we've seen each other cry. We've laughed together. We cried together. We've shut down. We didn't like each other for a couple of days. We had to talk through some hard things. And because of that friendship, because again, this is the honest truth. We have not been sexual to be continued. And so we don't have this sexual bond that's like, oh, I'm mad at you, but you're going to give me something. No, it's like, I'm here because, man, I got a future with you. I ain't going nowhere because you my girl, you my boy, but I'm mad at you. But that friendship, it is a strong bond.
And you two have been together now for how long?
Last year, February.
A year and some change.
Yeah, last year, February. Now, we announced it to the church. When we announced it to you guys? This year?
August.
So we dated secretly. The elders knew. The elders knew December.
It was August.
It was her birthday.
It was her anniversary. It was
so y'all
October.
found out last year.
So it was October.
Really, so that the year before last.
Yeah, I was about to say it had to be the year before last. Yes.
The elders knew that we were talking
time
about it.
flies when you have it.
Yeah, so them views done went up. We had 49. Thanks my Lord. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. That lie said. What y'all better start tagging people in this.
So while you're here, July Singles Conference.
Yes, Singles Conference. And Derek and I, we're so excited about that. So we do have a very positive relationship. Y'all meet us. The panel, we're going to share. And I'm not saying everything is perfect. I'm not saying that because we do have our ups and downs. However, that friendship is a glue. And he and I have always said that's something that we never want to lose is that friendship. But the panel, the singles day conference. It's a one-day conference.
July 20th.
July what?
20th.
Here at our sanctuary in Pompano, 2450 North Power Line Road. You guys want to register. If you want to register, we pin the information in the comments. We're going to definitely repost our flyer. Please go register. We have Dr. Carrie Turner, who is, if you guys don't know, Dr. Jamal Bryant's Fiance. We have so many questions.
Get the wisdom before she make it out of the singles.
Right, right. And we want to know the wisdom of how she got out the singles club.
Yes.
However, we will not be going live for our panel.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. So if you want this information up front, because, we're going to put some stuff, some reels and some recaps, but you won't get that nitty gritty.
Them golden nuggets.
When we don't go live, it's a reason.
Y'all, if we
y'all-
don't go live, it's a reason. So you want to register. We have about, 3 weeks, you guys? 3 weeks. You want to register this great panel. We have
Yes.
Check it out.
Dr.
Check
T,
it
who
out.
has an amazing
Dr.
story.
T.
Dr. Turner, Dr. Powell, Pastor Alexander, Pastor Kenya.
Pastor King.
Because she has
Kenya.
survived a lot, you guys. She's
Self-care.
going to be doing self-care, and she's going to be sitting on the panel. And Pastor Dennis is going to be helping us with our credit. You guys want to scan that barcode. Get connected. The journey to love. We believe love is in the atmosphere.
Yes.
I believe it.
I believe that love is in the atmosphere. I
Yes.
believe that this time next year,
Prophesy.
somebody that met at this singles conference
Met at the singles
is going
conference.
to be engaged.
Yes.
I speak it.
Yes. Praise the
It's
Lord.
gonna be pastor. So I don't know if that's prophetic. It's gonna be pastor.
So if you guys are going to register, you can register on any of our giving platforms, and please put in the comment
I hope it's
singles
Cody.
singles conference or Journey to Love. However, please register and put singles conference or Journey to Love or singles conference, and we're gonna get you connected. Go register. Some of y'all need to register tonight. Go ahead.
Come on, hurry up.
Come on, hurry. Because
waiting,
you're like,
y'all.
I'll wait. No, go register. You want to get your seat. All right?
You can register with a deposit. You can register.
you can
if
register
you don't
with-
have
oh,
the
they're
full
gonna give you the
$50.
options.
You
You
can
can.
put $25 on your
Yeah, Kingdom
on your
Builders
ticket.
or our guests.
No refunds,
If you
though.
want to put your $25 down, get registered, get your $25. Dr. Carey is so excited about coming. We're so excited to have her. And I can't wait to hear the story.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you say the singles conference,
Uh-huh.
what do you consider single?
Not
so
married.
they could know.
Oh, that's good. Single is divorced,
divorce,
widow,
widow, not
divorced,
separated, not separated.
separated. No, we can't handle this. We can't be the reason why
Separated,
you
stay home.
You're separated, stay home. We're talking about you have to be
Have a
divorced,
conference with your husband.
a
and your wife.
widow,
Widowed,
or never been married.
never been married.
All right, those are the qualifications to come into our singles conference.
So same.
That's a
We-
good
and we-
transition.
yeah, they can be unsaved. We're praying by the time they leave this
Engaged?
conference.
Engaged.
Engaged can come, yes.
single. Yeah,
Because
you're
I
still
think if you're
single.
not married, you're still single.
That's
That's
it.
just, yeah, you're
That's his
engaged. That's just an
question.
engagement. You're still single until you get them papers.
That
Until you
last
say,
name
I
change.
do. Until you meet me at the altar in your right.
Okay.
You want your dress to be white, Pastor?
Oh, my dress is going to be
Gonna be
pure
black.
white.
White.
Pearly. Pearly.
You
white.
deserve. You
Oh, I'm
deserve
gonna have
it.
everything
You deserve
white,
your poor
pearl
right, Pastor.
white,
I think
pure
you should wear
white,
black.
White gold.
You should
white.
wear black.
She's still a virgin.
But it's chic.
Uh,
And it's ironic.
Me, I'ma do colors.
Like, it's ironic.
Oh,
Just wear
I'm
black.
going all white.
No, okay. I think it should
Pastor said she
be
needs you to know.
chic.
I'm going all
Give me Carrie.
So, in transition
Green.
of that question, Pastor Tanya asked, we probably asked this like a
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes.
we got to wrap it up. We're gonna
Is
get ready to wrap
is dating still a thing? Seriously, are we getting to know each other or just conveniently hanging out?
I think it's both conveniently hanging out until it becomes. I think dating is in steps,
It's a courtship.
levels, courtship,
You gotta
until
go
you make it serious. When I was not dating, seriously dating, so I was on the prize. All right, I think having a good time was what I was after. So I didn't go in serious, like, oh, you got to call me back. You don't call me back. We ain't talking no more. I think individuals go in with too many demands and not just letting it, organically happen. So I believe in allowing relationships to organically happen so I don't put my foot in my mouth.
Too many expectations.
Yes.
Message.
And demands too early.
Message.
Yeah, we go in like, oh, you didn't call me back. Oh, where you at? Well, give me your location. I don't even know
Hate it.
you to have my location. You don't
Share
even,
your
you did
location
nothing
all
to
day. Share
deserve.
your location after
to-
9.
Or you're someone who, like, I know you're the one for me. I know we're meant to be married, and then once you really get to know that person, now you like distance and like, oh, I really don't like you like that. So
See what had happened
now you
was,
don't put your foot in your
Because you
mouth.
never got a chance to know.
yeah.
Yeah, you got a court.
So you want to claim somebody you don't know. You can't claim what you don't know.
No.
Because you'll start knowing them and then you start not claiming them.
Right.
And then in women, we go in,
Create
and,
them.
but
we create them.
we create them.
Yeah.
That's right. That's good. And we go in like, oh, we think that's cute. You know, he said he gonna marry me. Girl, this boy know you for 2 weeks.
That's a turn.
Now, when
turn
he
off.
really get to know your attitude, your ways, or he don't, you know, or you know, the other stuff, he get what he wants,
The other stuff.
or when he get what he wants, and he don't sold you a dream
My Lord.
that he ain't able to pay the bill,
And now you done gave too much.
and you done gave too much.
Yeah.
Versus you should have take your time.
Yeah, and get to know him and let him get to know you.
I want to get to know you. When they come out close to you, come over here, Cody. What's your favorite color? How you deal with your kids? You're so crazy. Boy, back up. We ain't on that level yet. Because I believe we think intimate says he's into you. I think we believe intimacy says he's into you. A man don't have to be into you to be intimate with you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
But a woman, we open ourselves because we want to engage and we feel like we can keep him because of that. But he
That's
he's gonna
true.
have to like you beyond being intimate with you. No, I don't want to just I don't know, because I gotta get this right. Not just I gotta use that just because we say we can't be too intimate. Pray.
Praise the Lord.
So we can't be too intimate. Okay, because that's different levels of intimacy. But you want to focus on, is he into you versus just trying to be intimate with me? And we have to demand that. No. We ain't on that level. We're not on that level yet. And it is hard because, you know, we waited. We have waited very long. And some women is like, I don't even care if you don't like me. I just want to feel better.
My,
No,
That's true.
No,
That's true. And that's because
it ain't even
going
about
not
you dissing me
being
at this
healed.
point because I want
It's
what I
true.
want and you can leave. So we got to think about how we open ourselves up. Okay, I'm talking too much. I'm putting this mic down. I'm done. I'm gonna let y'all do this tonight. What time
mighty
is it?
Lord.
How long we been up here?
It's true. It's true. Not even,
Oh, we did good.
yeah, we did really, really good.
Want to do one more? We'll do one more question. We got
We're
it.
gonna do one more question.
From the chat. Well, that was a good.
That's
That's a good
question. 'Cause
Yeah.
That first one, and it kind of transitioned into that second one.
So how do you know? No, not that one. Is it wise to have? Is it wise to have the sex talk while dating?
No. It shouldn't be up for discussion.
I mean, I think you got to set the standard. So I don't think that's something you can
No, because
stray
I
away
think
from.
the level of dating.
I think how
It needs
long.
to be-
How long the
How
level
long you've been
of dating?
dating, the
Now,
level
so
of
you tell
dating.
me, Shaboria. Come on, Pokey.
I would love to hear.
Hold
you.
on now, hold on. We're in the pulpit, so we got to be careful how we use our words. Saints. So, Shaboria, you're going to tell the girls that before he proposed, you've never had a sex talk?
no.
Really?
Because I'm spontaneous. If it's planned, I don't.
So they ain't have to talk.
Y'all ain't got to talk
So
about
you weren't planning to sin. Mighty God. That's good.
So,
She wanted it
that's
in
good.
mystery.
I'm
She stayed a mystery.
That's good.
I've always been that way because there's.
so you
certain
don't
things-
talk about the S
There's-
word at all?
No, because the way I was raised, it was something that.
Give
we didn't
us,
discuss.
inform us. Maybe we need a different perspective.
How can I say it? Like growing up, we didn't. My family is kind of different. Well, we was raised in the church and so
All
forth.
the way. I think they want to hear this. Put it all. I think shout.
She
Everybody
didn't-
trying to
we
hear
didn't
it. now.
talk about. We didn't talk about the S word.
You
in
didn't
our
talk about the
house.
S word?
No, at all. In my house. So it was like
The S word?
no. And then when I met guys and they tried to discuss it, I would be like, we don't talk about that. I would shut them down.
But you would shut it down.
Right, but if they attempt to try me, it might, you know.
They might what?
What? What, girl? We're in
Girl,
God's
what?
holy pulpit.
I'm sorry.
Holy,
I
holy,
might
holy.
fall for the okie doke. You know what I mean? But it was like if you discussed it, then you was
I
vulgar and nasty.
agree with you because that's what I said. I
That's
feel like
how I was-
I don't know if
because
it's a
we didn't talk
conversation
about it in the
that you want to
house.
have because you done formed it in your because now y'all start talking about it. I'm a visual person.
I don't
You
talk
done
about it.
pictured something
All
in your
right,
mind.
all right. We have to.
My Lord.
Well, hey, Heidi talking about conversation.
I'm just saying.
Heidi said, Saints, this needs to be a conversation. Okay, Sha said, I don't talk about it. Okay.
Can I ask a question? What is the sex talk? Like, what is the sex talk? When
There
we
is
say-
a sex talk.
So I mean, but which category? Because it's like it's so many
Are you
questions.
talking
when
about
we
your
say,
preference, or are you talking about
what I like versus
what you-
are we going to have it? Like,
No, we can't have it.
so that's what I'm saying. Are we?
We ain't talking about
So
the
what
habit.
is
No,
it?
we ain't
We're
talking about.
saying-
There's levels to the sex talk.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I
we
want to
talking-
make sure we're saying is the sex talk because I'm
the
saying
sex talk- the
I
S
asked
talk-
that because
the S talk.
the S. We're gonna say the S talk.
The X talk.
I asked that because if we're saying when is
Okay.
it too soon to have the S talk conversation, I'm saying I think it needs to be a conversation like look, like Shaboria said, we're not. It's too early for that. We're not having that
Not
right
in,
now.
in early stage. I truly believe that.
Right.
But I believe while seriously dating.
You should talk about your preference, like what you
No,
like.
say
That's
for
what
example,
I need.
let me sit up
Understand.
because I gotta sit up proper. Because y'all got me slunched all
Y'all
over.
got- y'all really
Y'all
got-
sit up.
Y'all
Sit
really
up,
got-
ladies.
I think it's a generation
It's a
thing.
generational
Because
thing.
No,
70
'cause I wanna talk
because
about
the
it because
70s,
I
we
be-
didn't. You didn't. Your mom really didn't
Really?
talk about.
First
my
of all,
grandma didn't talk
everything
about
was
it
on.
either.
the
So
Well, we don't want
as
to talk about
far
the
as-
70s.
Thank you. Now, Elaine said you must have the conversation on every level. Listen, Mother Paula from Lake Worth
agree.
said the conversation is needed.
I
Okay,
agree.
but like this, I think it's a conversation like this for me, for the V. Not the victorious, I'm a virgin. For the V. I am the virgin. So for a sex talk like me that is dating someone who has been married, who has children, the preference of what your expectation is, even though I don't know, that I should know of all my expectations, but we leave that for the that.
This definitely is conference talk.
Shameless plug. July 20th.
Shameless plug.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful what you say. So in the sense of all the things that I have engaged into, that conversation brings up an expectation of me as a wife.
We're talking beginning stage. We're not even talking about
That's what I'm
wife.
saying. No, but
As a
when
wife.
you're dating like I'm dating it's been almost 2 years, so
I think
it's
yours
the
would
expectations.
be, would you let him know that you are standing with the V? For me, that's the level of.
Oh, definitely.
So
he
that's
respects that. But in no.
Early stages,
because
do you let
some
them know?
guys, may want it in the tree and in the lake with the alligators and
public places.
and in Macy's, praise the Lord.
And they counting
and,
dates.
hey,
And they're counting dates down until they
yes,
say
so
when the doors
I
open.
think
You
a
got those men.
personal broad expectation. Would there be any toys invited? I just want to have this is different generation. Shabor, you guys, y'all don't got Shabor sweat. Shabor, I ain't seen no sweat all night.
She started. No. We done broke a sweat.
No,
Shaboria.
we gotta go.
This should have been
We
Pastor
gotta go.
sweating up here.
Shameless
I done
plug.
started. I mean, Shabor.
Shameless
But that shows the
plug.
generational,
wait, can we get some
generational
towels?
disconnect.
Yeah, we gonna go.
We don't talk about this.
We're in the God's holy pulpit.
What stay in this house? What happened in this house? Stay in this house.
That
That's-
conversation.
Shameless
You know
plug.
what? That's a
Shameless
singles
plug.
talk. What happens in this house stays in the house.
Yeah, but we need to go back.
Mighty Lord.
Yo, it's a
So
real
let's make it
glitch.
our
She's
big
actually
we gotta,
listening.
we
She's
gotta,
actually
we
listening.
gotta go.
Can I have a fan? I need a fan.
Y'all come on, armor bearers.
Well, we know Shaboria wasn't lying. She wasn't
we need
having
some
those talks.
water, cold water.
My
Tissue.
jug right there too. My
'Cause
water
they-
right there too. That's the old.
Well, at least
Yes.
y'all know we up here being honest because clearly Shaboria has not been having these conversations.
Not been having
we
that
know
before
Sabora-
she got before
we
she
know
was
what
married.
Sabora talking about.
Yeah, Shaboria.
She has
I ain't
not
talking
been
about
having
that.
the S talk,
Bible study. They done got me nervous up here.
Yeah.
No, but that is, but
Shabari,
honestly,
look.
that is a good conversation for somebody that, let's just say, if you are not a virgin, you're not a virgin,
Y'all, we just got
and you're taking your walk serious with God, so
Yeah.
you've been exposed to the S, but you're actually trying.
Hold on now. Stay, please. Keep it. I want you to say that because I want y'all to see this. Pastor Natasha Hobbs said the conversation is needed. You need to know the expectation if you're willing to accommodate the need. Come
That's
on here.
good.
Shababi Davis. Let's read it before we
Wait a
say
minute.
it. When your
Please.
friends. Okay, I'm messing with
somebody
Shababi.
screaming.
When your friends, the intimacy is easy, so there's no need for the conversation. Okay, so she feels like the friendship is easy, so when you're friends, the intimacy will be easy. Trina, who's been married for 82 years.
Yes.
Listen, I already scanned it. Trina, I scanned comments, so if I skip over, y'all text me, DM me. So Trina, who's over marriage ministry, and she's been married for over 50 years, said these conversations are needed, and I'm not understanding why it's hard to talk about the S word.
Well, because you've been having them
You've
for
been-
50
you've
years.
been-
It's not hard.
You
for-
and the S is
Shaq
friends.
talking about, I'm not talking about nothing. You will find out when you find out. She's so petty.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Zay said, let me see.
He said he.
Oh, I'm here for the comments. Screenshot.
That's
the drinks.
watered Zay.
Okay, so yeah.
I think it's hard to have. I don't think it's hard to have the conversation because if you have it with your friends, you're easily open about it. But I think that maybe like people that I grew up in the church, we were condemned about it so much, so we feel
Okay.
bad about it. So it's not that we're not comfortable. It's just in the back of our mind, it's like you were told that it was wrong, which is actually not.
Well, my mom didn't say that.
No, I'm saying for some people, some people don't know how to have that conversation.
My mom told us as little girls, I promise you, because she wanted all her girls married. And I know my siblings, I say this and I think they're okay with me saying this. All my siblings been married twice. I was the only one not married. All my siblings were married twice. And my mom conversation growing up as little girls, she wanted us to look forward for husbands. Like, I want you guys married, I want you guys to have kids. At a certain age, she even taught us sex is beautiful when you do it right.
Right.
She always said that. Don't run from sex. We're going to talk about it. Y'all are young ladies. There's a time in our upper teenage years, she'll say, I don't want y'all to abuse it because people abuse sex. So that was a conversation that she had because she had 4 girls. And so we're going to have this conversation. We didn't want to have it. Who want to have a conversation about the S word with their mama? You like, oh, God, mom. No, sit down. How y'all think y'all got here? Y'all ain't got here by no, a whale ain't bring you here by no basket. Me and your daddy, and she had 6 of us. She said, me and your daddy enjoyed each other intimately. And so I want you guys to understand. I want y'all to talk about it, be comfortable with it. So maybe in that aspect, we became comfortable because of my mom. So healthy S-word talk. And I'm just saying S-word because I'm making you guys say healthy sex talk.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's why I said I think it's important for people to have that conversation.
Yes.
Because like I said, you are a virgin, so
Yes.
your conversation is a little more different versus somebody that maybe decided to take their walk serious with God and abstain from it actually until marriage. They don't know how to have those healthy conversations now because they've been exposed to it, so they don't know how to.
Now hearing some of my girlfriends talk about, being married and sex, they pointed out they wish the church would have had more conversations because having sex, being a virgin is different. And sometimes you don't, per them, you don't hardly enjoy the beginning until there's, you mature in understanding your sex life, and you can become to dislike sex if you're not really taught as a woman by a woman how to embrace that stage of, breaking your body in and becoming comfortable and one with that person, and then how that person is treating you when you're trying to open yourself up. So I guess that's safe. If we can just clap it up. Amen.
Yeah,
I want to say one more thing.
That's good.
Just one more. No, just one more. Just one more. One more.
Shabara, right now.
She done dried off.
Baby,
She done cooled off.
Shabara, all right. We all right, Shabara.
You brought it in. I just want to say, I believe if you choose to have the conversation, control the narrative, and do it in a safe space, right?
That's
Make sure
good.
you
That's
are.
good.
It's not 1 o'clock in the morning, y'all on the phone, and you get allowing yourself to get enticed during make sure it's not during Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not going on. The conversation isn't going on for 2 hours.
Right.
Like have a cutoff time.
Yeah,
So
you know what to get into.
yes, you know how
Like,
far.
when you
yes,
start
have
getting into
boundaries
what you
with that
did and
conversation.
you were irresistible.
Back in the
and,
day,
oh, and
if you knew
we
you
done.
would have
sir.
got me before I was saved.
Oh,
you know, yes.
We done.
Control
Amen.
the narrative.
Boundaries.
And I think we
Yes.
should just start busting out of a song. Praise the Lord, everybody. Break the atmosphere.
This starts sending up.
Send it up timber.
He saw the
Jesus
best in me.
save the day.
He saw the best in me.
He saw the Everybody start up a song.
Oh, that feel.
Go ahead. Break the atmosphere, y'all. Go ahead.
Could only
He
be
saw
the
the
worst to me.
best. Oh, listen. If the conversation go too long and you feel something, what you supposed to sing? Go ahead.
He saw the best.
All right, your turn.
You need to just start praying and say, we're going to break this spirit now. Just start praying. Just say, come on. And if he in agreement, then that's how you know y'all got something y'all can talk about.
What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Go ahead, Shabori. She fan. If it's
about to start glistening
What about
again.
you? What about you? Nothing.
Talk about it.
And it's harder. And I want to say this disclaimer for all my virgins. It's a little harder. And I'm gonna say this. I'm in the pulpit. I want to choose my words. It's. I'm not saying that feelings does not come. So okay, that's safe to say. All right, clap it off. Amen. Amen. That did good. However, because the door is not open, I stand in a different position.
Yes, ma'am.
Because ain't nothing gonna happen.
Yes, ma'am. That's different.
But now to that person that they open up a conversation and you had a flashback.
Yeah.
And you know you don't have that.
Yeah.
Don't
You back at the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Mighty God.
Now
Okay.
behold the land.
We're done. We're not having this conversation anymore. We're done. But guess what? I like that. What's that comment y'all said about the conversation? Like, you said it. What do y'all said it about the conversation? That like, I can't. We should have wrote it down.
Shameless plug.
No, y'all. That we're gonna do a conversation no live. But we can't be in the pulpit. We need to be.
We said
yeah.
too, what happens in this house stays in this
Yes.
house. Yes.
Please write
That's
that
the
down.
generation I
Secretary.
come from.
What happens in this house stays in this house conversation. No live. You gotta be in a private room because we can't do it in the church.
I need consultation. At 53.
Oh, Sharita, you would have enjoyed this conversation. We would have had fun with you. Sharita just walked in, one of our board members. We miss you tonight. We would have had so much fun with you. Because this right here she is so funny. All right, consultation is have to be had.
Yeah, because I need clarity.
You need clarity?
Yeah. I thought.
Ask the question. That's the last
No,
question.
because-
It's the last
ask
question.
question.
Go
We
ahead.
gotta-
I'm still stuck on this because, it's got to be a generational thing.
Okay.
Because you don't talk about it, just you let it happen.
No, because Pastor Hobbs said.
You have, Pastor Hobbs said,
Pastor Hobbs said, I ain't finna be swinging from no
I don't know,
ceiling.
wait, I think,
I'm just no.
because Pastor Hobbs said this, because I read the comment, she did say this, she said, if that person want to jump off the ceiling and all this other stuff, and she said some, off the wall things, but it was very respectful, Pastor Hobbs. You want to make sure, because those are areas of compatibility.
You can't meet the
Because some people have
expectation.
expectations that I'm not there yet because sex can destroy marriage.
That's why I like what your mom says. Don't abuse it. She told
Yes.
you not to abuse it.
But what if people that have they've done
Abuse it all their
everything?
life.
I'm not.
Lord.
What we said. Okay. What goes in the house stays in the house.
In this house,
Meet
stays in this
us.
house.
The singles is going down this year.
Shameless
What goes
plug.
in this house? What goes on this house stays on
Stays
this
in this
house.
house.
That's the conversation that you want to get in the building, and we're going to have
Yes.
because you see how dope these individuals are. I have absolutely fun. You guys, I'm the senior pastor. I travel the world, but this is a platform and a community of singles that I absolutely enjoy being around. If y'all see, they are so dope. So y'all meet us at the conference.
At the conference.
At the conference,
And we
there
gonna have
will
an ass
be
talk with Shaboria.
no live.
No.
I'm going to say this
No
again.
live.
There will be no
There
live
will be
at
no
this
live.
singles conference. So don't even ask. Don't put on the comment, will there be a live? There will be a recap. We will share the recap, but there will be no live. So you want to go register. So shameless plug. I want you guys tonight, go register for the conference. We dropped it from $99. Y'all see this?
We dropped
It
It's
dropped from
discounted.
$99. Put it back on the screen, Jasper, you're doing good. To $50.
And you could even put it on layaway.
You can put it on layaway. You can
That's
put
it.
$25 on
We
it
have
tonight to
installment
reserve
plans.
your
No
spot.
refunds.
$25 to reserve your spot. It's going to be a
You
conversation.
don't want to be there.
Pastor Kenya has her story. Pastor Derek even has his story. He's been married and divorced. You guys will be talking about Pastor Cheryl, Pastor Derek, and dating as Christian dating. Then we have Dr. Turner, who just got engaged to Dr. Jamal Bryant.
Yes.
And then we have Dr. T, who has a crazy story, y'all. She was engaged.
Let her tell it.
Let
Just
her
let her
tell
tell
the
it.
story.
And that, and to be continued.
Gotta be there. Buy a ticket. Buy a
Doctor, I'll
ticket.
just say she married, but she coming. That's if you want
That
to.
just
If you
tells how
want to
good.
come,
That's how you know how fire it's gonna be. You know.
if you want to come, no, there will be no more 19th. No, 19th is out, you guys, because
maybe we
of
could do one of
the
these.
closest of the conference. Huh?
That Thursday we could do one.
That Thursday, we probably can put off what goes in this house, stays in this house. We can talk about it. That would be
Okay.
dope. That could be another shameless plug.
Yeah,
Those of you that want to register. So, you guys, we're going to get out of here because it's getting late.
And be mindful, it's an all-day thing.
All
9
day.
a.m. until
When
4
I say
p.m.
we're going to wear
we
you
have
out.
the whole day where
Whole
we're filled
day.
up with just
Conversation.
just meat.
yes.
It may be tears.
Meat and potatoes.
And
Meat and
Maybe
potatoes.
hurt. Maybe
Definitely
people that been
tears.
through divorce, or you went through adultery, or even being a widow.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I think I just want to interview you. I think I've never been. I think Mother Sally been through it. I don't know a lot of women who've lost marriage through death.
Mother McLeod.
Mother McLeod, and then Sister Nikki at our church, who's burying the husband, and my brother, like my sister-in-law. I talked to her even this weekend. As Father's Day was horrible for her and her family.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God,
It's hard to date after.
that's what she said.
Because you're comparing. You're comparing what you had, especially mine came from Pahokee too. He was one of a kind.
Come on here, because some people wish y'all spouse died, but I rebuke that in the name of the Lord Jesus. You wouldn't shed a tear.
If
You
I-
wouldn't shed a tear. You said, "Oh Lord, kill this man tonight." When we talk about y'all, we talking about good husbands or good wives that passed away. That has to be hard.
Yes, I'm sure.
I think that's what I really love about our ministry. I know when my man come, it's going to be hard to leave because we really do have some great conversations
Yeah,
where
we do.
we're not even prepared for. When people start becoming transparent and trusting the safe places the safe
That's good.
environments that we create.
I
You all
want you
never
to back
even-
up a little bit, because even if you leave, you can come back and have a conversation with us. So I ain't like that.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. But I mean, when we have our events and things, we have
can
our
come
safe
back.
spaces.
But who's to say she's not gonna meet her husband?
Oh, you talking about? Oh, you saying me? I can come back.
you
Yeah, I
come
come
back.
back and give y'all
Oh,
some
so
advice.
y'all heard that story? Y'all know when I get married, I'm going to lead.
I gotta lead a singles
Girl,
ministry.
I'm a-
You leave
Oh,
the
lead a
singles
singles
ministry.
Oh, the minute
You know, I
Well,
think
you stay until you say I do, though. You know that.
Uh-huh.
right?
You know
Until I say I
what?
do.
Well,
Do
I
the
think I
dating, do the
want to. I think
engagement.
I want. I think
Absolutely,
I want to
yeah,
reach
absolutely.
back though.
You gonna reach back?
Even being
don't know how
on
to
the
let us go.
board of Hope, an example, a beacon light to the dying world.
All right, July 20th.
July
20th. All
To the poor
right.
singles.
That's the perfect place
That's
to cut.
alone, man.
Jazz,
In a
please.
cold bed
She's
at
on her
night.
knees. Please,
Please
Jazz,
turn the
cut the
live
live.
Please be there.
All right, good night, y'all. That was good.
Good night,
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Friends,
Friends,
how many of
some have them.